Go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. Grounding down in the sits bones. Closing the eyes, just letting your hands rest wherever they may feel comfortable. Roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. And reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Just notice how you feel right here. No need to make any judgment or any changes. Begin to come into your breath, slowing it down, working on creating the inhale for the length of 3 or 4, and then the exhale to match. Inhaling the spine tall, and exhaling, grounding down. We use a mantra today for our intention, an I am statement. It's a great way to stay with your breath, as well as come back to something if your mind starts to wander. Every inhale, you say, I am. And as you exhale, a quality or a trait you're working on. I am patient. I am enough. I am worthy. Pick one. Repeat it to yourself 3 more times with that slow, steady breath. Next inhale, sweep the arms up, lifting the gaze, lifting the chin. And as you exhale, sweep the arms back down, tucking the chin towards the chest. Inhaling, sweeping up, lifting the gaze. And exhaling, back down. One more time, opening up our throat chakra, opening up the throat and neck. And back down. And continue to wake up the spine by coming into tabletop position. Drawing the belly button in and up, creating a neutral spine here first to begin. Long back. And now we're going to drop the belly, lift the gaze for cow, arching our back here. And exhaling, rounding, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, really poofing up the shoulders here. Inhaling, dropping the belly, elongating, and exhaling, rounding. About 3 more on your breath, keeping this moving meditation. One more full round. And come back to that neutral spine. Belly's drawn in, tailbone long, and send the right leg long behind you. Flexing into the foot, toes are pointed down. Nice square hips. Begin to reach the left arm forward. Take a breath in, lengthen through the fingertip to heel, and as you exhale, round elbow to knee. Inhaling, stretching long, elbow to knee. Reach long, elbow to knee. Extending long, elbow to knee. Extending long, this time bend the knee, foot up towards the sky. Choosing to stay here really active, or maybe you swing the left arm around, grabbing onto the ankle. Keep pushing the foot up towards the ceiling, pushing into your hand, opening up the shoulder here. Staying with the breath. One more breath in, lifting up and extending long as you exhale. Back to tabletop. Drop your belly, lift your gaze for cow. Exhale and rounding, tucking the chin. And finding the neutral spine again. Sending the left leg back now, engaging the core, keeping the hips square, and floating the right arm forward as you're ready. So belly's engaged, it's about the length here to find that balance. Breath in, reach long, exhale, elbow to knee. Extending long, elbow to knee, reaching long, elbow to knee, extending long, elbow to knee, reach, and bending into that back leg, flexing into the foot. Staying here is perfect, engaging into the glute, or maybe you swing around, grabbing onto the ankle. Again, readjust, flex into the foot, pull the foot away from the hand. So you're active there, so you're opening up the shoulder. Keeping your drishti on a still point, staying with the breath. One more breath in, reaching the foot up higher, extending long, and back to tabletop. Drop the belly, lift the gaze for cow, and exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the back. One more, cow pose, and rounding for cat. Walking the arms out long for puppy pose. So keeping the hips over the knees. If your shoulders are tight, you can just come down to the forearms and work on sinking the heart down. Maybe your chin comes to the ground, maybe your forehead. You can keep reaching the arms long, really getting into the thoracic spine here. Staying with the breath. Start to make your way back to tabletop. Curl the toes under, engage the core, and just hover the knees up. Keep that back nice and flat, staying with the breath. One more full breath in. Hips go high for downward facing dog. Take some time here to adjust and settle in. Maybe bending your knees, really sending the hips high, pushing firmly into your fingertips, spreading them wide. Opening up the shoulders, nice flat back here. Head is heavy. And separate your feet so that they're hip width apart. Inhale up onto the tippy toes, and as you exhale, drop your heels to the right. Keep working the hips up nice and high. waking up the whole left side. Inhale, back up to center, and heels go to the left, working the hips back. Inhale, back to center, lowering the heels down. Inhale, up on the tippy toes, looking towards your hands, making your way all the way up to the top of your mat for ragdoll. Feet hip distance apart, let the torso hang heavy, head relaxed. Equal balance into your feet, so making sure that there's equal weight in the heels and in the toes. Working on stacking the hips right over those ankles. So strong legs, but a really relaxed torso. 2 more breaths here. Relaxing the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift and fold. Sweeping up to stand, reaching up high. Tadasana. And grounding down in your feet, engaging the legs, tucking the tailbone. Shoulders are coming down. Fingers are reaching towards the earth. Breathing. Next inhale, sweep up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Sweeping up to stand, reaching up high. Folding right back over the legs. Halfway lift and fold. Sweeping up to stand and folding forward. Halfway lift, high plank, planting the hands, stepping back. Finding Tadasana, strong legs, strong arms, pushing through. Breath in, rock forward. Do exhale, heels back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, lowering all the way to the belly. Bringing the legs down long, pushing firmly into them. Arms are going to come outside the mat. And start first by lifting the elbows forward. Inhaling the chest up, tucking the chin slightly. One more. Inhale, lift. Dip the right ear, right shoulder. Inhaling up, dipping the left. Back up to center and to the right. Back to center and to the left. Back upright. Lifting the arms up, pushing firmly in. Big breath in, elbows come back. Hands down by our chest, forehead to the ground. Curling the toes under, engaging the legs. Elbows draw into the chest, lifting up the booty, and ready, big inhale, pushing up, high plank, downward facing dog. Big breath in, emptying it out. One more. Looking towards your hands, making your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fold forward, sweeping up to stand, reaching out, Tadasana. Sweep up, fold forward, halfway lift, high to low plank, upward facing. back to downward facing dog. One more big breath in, emptying it out, looking towards your hands, stepping to the top, halfway lift, fold forward, sweeping up to stand, Tadasana. Chair pose, sinking the hips, lifting the arms. One more breath in, fold forward. Halfway lift, Chaturanga, high to low plank, upward facing, back to downward facing dog. Right foot goes high, steps forward, sweep up, warrior one, exhaling, flowing back, upward facing, downward facing, left foot raises, steps forward, sweep up, flow back to downward facing dog. Inhaling that up, exhaling down. Deep breath in, emptying it out. Last one, big inhale, empty completely, looking towards your hands, jump, halfway lift, fold forward, chair, Tadasana. Chair, fold forward, halfway lift, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, steps forward, warrior one, flow back, high to low, upward facing, downward facing dog. Left leg steps forward, sweeps up, warrior one, flow, high to low, upward facing, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, open your mouth and let it go. Inhale, emptying it out. Last one. Empty completely, looking towards your hands, jump, halfway lift, fold forward, chair pose, Tadasana. Chair. Bringing our elbows back for cactus, really opening up across our chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Tuck the tailbone, engage the belly. Big breath in, fold forward. Halfway lift, high plank. Side plank on the left, so left hand down, right arm up. Pushing into the hands to lift the hips, pushing into the foot. Maybe you lift that top leg. Flexing, flexing, flexing. Keep the right leg lifted. Downward facing dog, three-legged dog. Big inhale, knee to nose. Back up high, knee to nose. Back up high, knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Plant it down, low runner's lunge. Left hand stays planted, twisting open. Engaging that back leg, lifting the kneecap. Belly's engaged, twisting open. Okay, now we're gonna bring that back foot down. We're gonna come back into that side plank. Right leg lifts. High plank. Downward facing dog. And pulling forward to high plank. Side plank on the right. So honoring the differences in each side. And still pushing and challenging. Lifting up, engaging the core, flexing into the top foot. Big breath in. Lowering the hand for three-legged dog. Left leg is lifted. Big breath in. Knee to nose. Back up high. Knee to nose. Back up high. Knee to nose. Squeeze it in. Planting that foot down. Low runner's lunge. Readjusting if you need to. Knee and ankle on top. Right hand stays planted. Left arm to the sky. Engaging in that back leg. Sinking the hips low. Okay, here's the trick. So coming to that back, the pinky side of that back leg, shifting the weight so you can get light in that left foot, lifting it back up to side plank, big breath in, high plank, downward facing dog. One more big breath in. Exhale it out, looking towards the hands, jump. Halfway lift, fold forward, chair pose. Tadasana. Chair. And bring our hands to our heart center. You're gonna sink as low as you can, bringing your heart out in front. So your belly's almost on top of the thigh. Now you're gonna bring that left elbow to the right knee and twist open. Working on getting your heart closer to your thumbs. Keep sinking the hips down. One more breath in, twist open, fold forward. Halfway lift and fold, sweeping up to stand. Hands come to your heart center. Close your eyes, come back to your intention. Inhale, sweep up. Chair. Hands come to your heart center. Sinking low, hinging forward so your belly is on top of the thighs. And now the right elbow to the left knee. Engage the core and twist open. Using the elbow for leverage to try to get your heart closer to the thumb. Sink the hips down a little bit more. One more deep breath in, twist it out, and fold forward. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing, back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high, knee to your nose, rounding. Back up high, knee to your nose, back up high. Knee to your nose, crescent lunge. So low runner's lunge, inhaling up. Strong in that back leg. Can bring a slight bend if your psoas is a little tight. Finding a dristy point. Inhaling up through the fingers as you exhale. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhaling up, exhaling, twist. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhaling up, twisting open. One more, sweeping up, twist open, keep reaching back with those right fingers and reach them down to that left leg. Left arm comes up, maybe your gaze comes back to that left foot. Big breath in. So you exhale, come back forward, inhaling back upright, framing that foot, flowing back to downward facing dog. Left leg goes high to the sky. Big breath in, knee to your nose. Back up high, knee to your nose, back up high. Crescent lunge, stepping it down, sweeping up. So you know where we're going on this side. If you're a little wobbly, bring the left foot out a little bit. Bringing your feet a little wider. One, lets your hips sink a little bit lower, and two, gives you more room to twist. So big breath in. This time right arm forward, left arm back. Inhaling up, twist. Inhaling up, twisting open. Back to center, and twist. Center, and twist. One more, up for center, twisting back, finding your stability, reaching that left arm back. Now the right arm comes up over our head. Breathing. Big inhale. Back up to center. Inhaling up and flowing back to down dog. Deep breath in, open your mouth, let it go. One more. And release. Looking towards your hands, jump. Halfway lift, fold forward, sweeping up to stand, reaching up high, hands come to our heart center. Reach up and fold forward, halfway lift. Okay, we're going to keep this long back. We're going to build warrior 3 from the ground up. I'm actually going to back up so you can see my hands. So starting on the left leg, keeping a long spine. If you have blocks and you want blocks, grab some blocks here. We're going to lift the right leg up. Now, just like in the beginning when we were in tabletop, we want the hips square, foot is flexed, and I'm really, really engaged. Now I'm going to see if I can get light in the fingers and bring my hands up to prayer. Keep flexing into that back foot. And hands come back down, standing splits. So now send that leg up as high as you can. Maybe you point the toes. You can walk the hands back towards that left foot or even to the ankle for balance. One more big inhale, lift the leg. As you exhale, curtsy squat, knee behind your knee. Inhaling up, squatting down. Inhale up and squat down. Inhaling up, right leg to meet the left. And shake it out a little, maybe pound it out. Halfway lift, fold forward, Sweep up the stand. Reach up high. Hands come to your heart, closing your eyes. 2 I am statements here. Inhale, sweep up. And fold forward. Halfway lift. And it's keeping a long spine here. Building warrior 3 the other way. So now the left leg lifts. Square the hips. Heel is flexed. Hips down so the toes are down. Looking back at the foot. Trying to make sure the hip is as square as it can be. And start to get light in the fingers. Reaching the crown of the head long. Flexing into that leg. Breathing. Hands lower back down, standing splits. So working on the heel going higher as the crown of the head comes down towards the earth. Maybe you walk the hands in. Hands back down. Inhale the heel higher and squat down. Inhaling up, squatting down. Inhale up, squatting down. One more time, we'll lift up. Heel comes down to meet the left. Bringing your feet hip distance apart. Grab on, peace fingers to the big toes. Take a breath in, long spine, and fold forward, letting the elbows come out to the side. Coming back to your breath. And 4 I am statements here. Begin to release the toes. Bringing your feet all the way out, the whole distance of your mat. Toes out, heels in. Start to lower the hips down for Malasana. So kind of like to rock side to side a little bit. Just before I settle in. So I'm working on my tailbone coming down. Crown of the head coming up. I live by the beach, so I think of a buoy, like I want the anchor going down, and my crown is like the buoy floating up. Using the elbows to help open up the knees, but also squeezing into the glutes helps open up the knees as well. Coming back to the breath, closing your eyes. 4 more breaths here. Lowering the hands down and either staying for 2 more breaths or lowering the hands down and finding crow pose. So bringing the knees up above the elbows into the inner legs, heels up towards the bottom. We're going to eventually all make our way back to downward facing dog. So you can jump back, step back, flow back, however you want. Downward facing dog. Send the right leg high to the sky. Just bend the knee, opening up the hip here. Letting the foot be really heavy. Flexing into it, really trying to kick that glute. The knee is going up to the sky while the heel comes back. One more big breath in. And send the leg long again. Stepping forward for the low lunge. So I have, make sure my alignment's right. My knee and ankle are stacked. Now I'm going to place my heel down like for warrior two. So my feet and my legs are now warrior two. I feel my hip opening up. Keep the right hand down. Reach the left arm forward. Feel that length on the left side. So really push into the right edge of that, or the pinky edge of that left foot. Feeling the hips opening up here. I'm gonna cartwheel my arms open for warrior two. So now just checking out my feet, checking out the knee, making sure that my shoulders and my chest and hips are from the side. So I'm gonna turn my gaze to the side, relax my arms down, reach the fingers forward, and now bring my gaze back to the front of the mat. Big inhale, exhale, lower down a little bit. Inhale, reverse your warrior, back to warrior two. Reverse, warrior two. One more time, reverse, straightening the leg, keep reaching back, and come forward for Trikonasana. Triangle pose, reaching that arm forward, hinging down. So working on length from the tailbone all the way up the crown of the head. Spiraling the heart to the side, stacking shoulder on shoulder. Next breath in, rise up. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And flow back to downward facing dog. Left leg goes high to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Keep reaching the knee up higher, working that heel down towards the glute. Big breath in, straighten out. Step forward for that low lunge. So finding the base again here first. Now we drop the heel down like warrior two. Let those hips open up. Feels a little weird at first. Now reaching the right arm forward, creating the length. The right side, pushing into that pinky heel, reaching along. The more length helps you get light as you cartwheel up. Now check out your feet, check out your hips. Turn the hips, the shoulders, the chest, all out towards the side of the mat. And now change your gaze to the front. And breathe. Let's flip our front palm. Inhale, reverse our warrior. Back to warrior two. Reverse. Warrior two. Reverse. Straightening the leg, reaching long. And coming forward for triangle. And again, crown of the head is reaching long, so long side bodies. Hips on top of one another, shoulders on top of one another. reaching long. Inhaling back upright. Warrior two. Reverse. Flow back to downward facing dog. Right leg goes high to the sky. Knee to your nose. Back up high. Knee to your nose. Back up high. Knee to your nose. Squeeze it in. Pigeon pose. So setting up, squaring up your shin as much as you can. Everybody's hips are different. Making sure that back leg is going straight out. I like to settle in a little bit first, upright. So let's actually take a breath in, squeeze the legs together, lift up, and as you exhale, settle in. Inhale, upright. Exhale, settle. Inhale, up. Exhale, settle. And coming forward when you're ready. Coming back to your breath. Back to that I am statement. About 3 more breaths here. Different transition. So we're going to push up to straight arms. Curl the back toes under. We're going to come in a fallen triangle. So sending that right leg straight. Ooh, pop in the hips. Sending the left arm to the sky. Now staying here, or take a breath in, lift the hips. As you exhale, dip down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Up and down. One more. Lifting them up. Exhaling down. Lowering all the way down. We're going to bring that right leg in front again. Left on top for double pigeon. So working on knee or foot and knee lined up. If that is like no way, you can always bring the left foot in front, or even just a simple cross-leg seat. So trying to get them stacked on top, flexing into both, and just breathing here. Coming back to that breath, sending that white light to anywhere tight right here in this right hip. Sometimes swaying a little side to side helps you relax and helps it feel good. You want to get a little deeper, you start to come forward. Just listening to your breath. No need to rush it. Sometimes as you fold a little bit, The knee relaxes. If you still have a big gap, you can always put a block here to support it. And we're just coming back into the breath. We're going to come into a twist here. So we're going to bring our left hand on the outside of the knee, sitting upright, starting to twist like this to begin. If you were hinged forward before and you want to get a little bit more, you can bring the elbow to the foot, hands back to prayer. And just like we were in chair, we're working on the heart center, coming towards the hands, the thumbs. Keeping the belly engaged, long spine. And coming back to center. Just an easy twist the other way. Back upright. We're going to lean back on our hands, uncross our feet. We're going to come into Navasana, boat pose. So sitting up tall, flexing in, engaging the belly. Lift the arms up as you inhale. Arms go to the right, knees to the left. Inhaling up, switch. Up to the right, up, left, up, right, up, left. One more each side. Lift up and roll back. A couple times, rocking and rolling, making your way back to downward facing dog. You can cross at the ankles, jump back, flow. And sending the left leg high to the sky. Knee to your nose, rounding forward. Back up high. Knee to your nose, back up high. Knee to your nose, squeeze it in, and pigeon pose. So same thing here, sitting up tall, honoring the differences in each side. So breathing in, squeezing, exhale, relaxing down. Inhaling up, exhaling down, relaxing down, making sure the leg is straight, and as you're ready, coming forward. Back to that breath. Just honoring each hip and just breathing into it. Trying to relax the shoulders, the tongue from the roof of the mouth. about 5 more breaths here. Begin to start making your way upright. Coming into that fallen triangle. So sending that left foot out. Ooh, popping hips, reaching the right arm up. Take a breath and lift up as you exhale, lowering down. Lifting up, lowering down, reaching up, lowering down. One more time. Up and lowering all the way back down. Setting up for that double pigeon. So the left foot on the bottom, now that right one on top. And again, just breathing in here. So I have this space here. I could put a block here, or I can just, like I said, just breathe into it. Let my hips warm up to it. Sway a little. And usually that gap will lighten up and it will close a little bit more as I let my hips relax. Start to come forward. If it feels good, just listening to your hips. Staying with the breath. I'm going to start to come into that twist. I like to start upright, but you can come into whichever version you want first. Just start twisting, sitting tall. Breath in to sit tall. Exhale to twist open. Maybe you do the elbow to the foot. So work on the length first. Whew, feel this differently in my hip. So now I have much more of a gap, but I'm working on the length of my spine, and then I twist a little bit more. And coming back, finding the counter twist. Coming back, finding Navasana one last time. So sitting up tall, legs up, sitting up, big breath in. So you exhale, lower to low boat. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, down. One more, up. Lower down, hover, look at your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees can come into the chest. Just relax down here, compressing down, low back, the psoas. Placing the feet right behind the hips. Setting up for 3 back bends. starting wherever you'd like. I'm going to start with a bridge. So as I'm ready, grounding into my feet, lifting up the hips, tucking under my arms so I can lift up the thoracic spine. Squeezing the legs to get towards one another, squeezing the glutes, breathing. 5 breaths here. One more deep breath in, lifting up. And as you exhale, slowly lowering down, one vertebra at a time. Either doing another bridge or setting up your hands for wheel. Next inhale lifts you up for 5 breaths. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lowering down. And your wrists and ankles in the air, and just doing some rolls real quick. And going the other way. And one more. Setting up, not thinking too much about it. Pressing up for 5 breaths. You got it. 2 more. Push yourself. Big breath in. Stay for the exhale. One more big breath in. And slowly lowering down. And finding that dead bug again. Legs up, arms up. Wrists and ankle rolls. And draw the knees in towards your chest. And find any rocking that feels good. Now it's time for an inversion. I'm going to do a headstand today. You can choose to do anything that you are working on. It's just going to be a shortened one. I'm going to hold it for about 15 breaths. You can do tripod, headstand, shoulder stand, find a wall, work on your handstand. So as you're ready, sending the feet up to the sky somehow. About 5 more breaths. Well, I lost count. As you're ready, you begin to make your way to your counter position. If you're in shoulder stand or legs up the wall, come to fish. If you're in headstand, forearm stand, handstand, find child's pose with your arms down by your side. About 4 breaths here. We're going to all make our way onto our backs. Their knees drawn in towards our chest. Bringing them up to a 90-degree angle. We're going to cross our right leg over the left. If you can come to eagle legs, you can, or just cross them over like you were sitting in a chair. We're going to let both knees go over towards the left now. You can look over your right shoulder. Back up to center, uncrossing the legs, and cross them the other way. And both knees come over towards the right. Looking over that left shoulder. Back to center, uncross, drawing the knees in, nose up to meet it, making yourself as little as a ball as possible. And Shavasana, legs out wide, relaxing down, coming back to your natural breath. And just let your body melt into the mat. Begin to deepen your breath again. Make some movements to your fingers and your toes. Roll the wrists and ankles. Stretch your arms up overhead. Full body stretch, stretching long. And drawing your knees in towards your chest, making your way to your favorite side. Position of rebirth. Honor yourself here. Be grateful for showing up. Grateful for making it to your mat. And grateful for all the wonderful things your body was able to do today. Repeat that I am statement to yourself 3 times. And using your strong arms to push yourself up, back to a comfortable seat, sitting tall, and drawing our hands to our heart center. Let's take a deep breath in, open your mouth and let it go. The light in me honors and respects that same light that shines bright in each and every one of you. We raise our thumbs to our third eye center. Out of respect for one another in this ancient practice, together we bow and say,
Namaste.
Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope to see you again soon.